Hey guys, I'm Cody.
And I'm Christina.
And we live in our van, the Desert Cruiser.
This content is sponsored by Outdoorsy. Through Outdoorsy, you can rent your camper van out to make extra cash, and you can rent a van to try van life before you commit.
Our van is a 2018 Mercedes Sprinter van. It's a 170 wheelbase, two-wheel drive.
We chose to build this van ourselves, which was a huge learning curve. And the reason why is because we wanted to have this home very unique to our own style and our own liking.
So, let's show you the inside. Alright, so here is our kitchen, literally the lifeblood of the van. We have, to start, a 2-burner propane stove that's worked really well for us. It has a small burner on the front for simmering, boiling water, small stuff like that. And then we have a big dual burner on the back that just crushes it. It boils big pots in seconds. And for that to run, we have a big propane tank that's under our sink back here. This is a C.R. Lawrence dual opening window. It tilts open with screens built in so that it could be open in the rain. We put that there so that when we're cooking, we can actually be sucking air up and out the top of the fan. So our fan is a max fan, and it's really cool because it has a hood on it for using it in the rain, and we can use it for intake as well as outtake. Over here on the far left, we have our little Ruvati stainless steel sink. It's a bar sink, and it's also a bar faucet that we have. Probably the only thing that we wish we kind of would change right now is a larger sink. We actually do not use our faucet for water. So we were planning on having a fresh water jug in here, as well as our gray water jug. Well, we have the gray water jug, but we found that we actually love having storage for food under the sink rather than a fresh water jug. This is how we clean our dishes. We actually use a spray bottle. We probably use 1 bottle for a full day of dishes, and it actually really saves water. And then for our gray water, we just bought a Camco RV drain, and we actually just had it plumbed right into our water jug. And then inside of this cabinet right here, we have all of our shelving that houses our utensils, plates, pots, pans, all that stuff. By having just fixed shelves, it really maximizes the space rather than having to build a drawer. We do have to bend down to get in here, but we actually already were used to that. Where we were living before had fixed shelves, so it just worked for us. But this is what's really nice, is we have this massive open counter space here. And our countertop is just a birch butcher block countertop from Home Depot. And then over here is our fridge. It's an Isotherm 130 Cruise Elegance, and it holds all of our food for about a week and a half's worth. And we do have a small little freezer up here that will store meats in, different things like that. It is AC and DC as well. And then above our galley is all of our overhead kitchen cabinets. So all of our kitchen cabinets are on these leather latches that we actually ordered off of Etsy. We didn't want anything sharp or hard like typical cabinet handles. Our latches are so strong. They're 40-pound magnetic catch latches. When we're driving, we've never had these open. And then all of our overhead cabinets have European flush hinges. They're really nice. They work really well. And then all of them are held up by gasket arms that we ordered off of Amazon.
This is our living room, part of our van. And we wanted to make sure when we were building this that we had a nice, comfortable layout. So we wanted to make sure we had a big couch, which is also meant for storage. And we have all of our camping chairs, our blankets, and all of that in there. And then we also have our Nature's Head composting toilet, which is right here next to me. We wanted to have an open layout mainly because we just want to be comfortable in our home. We didn't want any tall structures, which is another reason why we didn't have an indoor shower. We wanted to be able to sit comfortably in here, watch movies, and actually live life. Since our van is called the Desert Cruiser, we wanted it to be a very desert theme, which is why we chose the colors of our latches, cabinets, and our ceiling. Everything just kind of had a warm feel in here. This is my favorite part of the van because this is where my toilet is. But first, I want to take note that we did not make these cushions. We actually got them as a gift from Cody's grandfather, and we love them. It was by somebody who made them locally, and they fit it custom to our van, which is really, really cool. And this is how we get into my toilet. First, you just have to lift up the pillow. Then we take off our cute baby cushion. And then we built it so that it can be held up on its own by 2 hinges and 1 gas strut. The way that this composting toilet works is it does have a fan built onto the right side of it that does come out on the bottom of the van to take all of the stinky air out. We do have to lift the toilet out to dump it, but that's not really a big deal because it's not super heavy. And here at the front of the bed is where we have another place for a lot of our toiletry storage. So, as you can see, there's nothing but deodorant, toilet paper, paper towels, anything that you'll find in the bathroom. And it's really nice because 1, we have it next to our toilet, and 2, when we wake up in the morning just to grab our deodorant or anything, it's just right here first thing. And we do have 1 USB here and then another for a cigarette lighter. And another part of this van that I really like is our dimmers. So we do have one front of the end and the other back of the end where we could just dim it and put it on full blast.
Alright, so our bed. We knew from the very beginning of our build, probably actually before we even started the build, that we wanted our bikes inside, which is why we got the longer van. So that meant from the beginning we had to have a raised fixed bed. So we have tons of storage under the garage. A lot of people do like the convertible beds, but that would have meant putting gear outside for us, and that's the whole point of us getting the van, is so that all of our stuff is inside. And then our mattress is a full extra large. So basically it's a queen length at 80 inches and then it's a full width at 55 inches side to side.
And we do have side storage here. This helps for me because I sleep on this side of the bed. So that's why we do have these big body pillows, and I actually put it here on the side. I end up having like more room to sleep on when we're both on here.
And then all of these here open up. So we have bed storage along the entire bed for underwear, socks, charging equipment. And then you can see that we have 2 bunk windows in the back. Those are crucial for during the summer because, like we mentioned earlier with our fan, you can exhaust air out. With those windows cracked at night, we've slept in 80-degree weather. It's actually cool because that breeze is so powerful from the fan pulling air through. Alrighty, so here is my favorite part of the van that we built. This is our garage. This is the whole reason for us getting this longer van, is so that we could have this massive space to store all of our bikes, water jugs, camping gears, tools, stuff like that. So to fit our bikes, our bed had to be 36 inches to the bottom of it, and we still actually have to lower our seats a little bit, but that's not a problem. But this is probably the coolest thing that I had ever seen before we built our van, so I knew we had to have this. And it's a slide out tray for our bikes. So we actually have 4 bikes on here. We have 2 mountain bikes and 2 road bikes in the center. To store the wheels, we just stuff them between the bikes, which a lot of people are unsure how to do. It actually works great for us. And then we just put some of our riding gear on the tray, and everything really stays put. The platform's made out of 1/2-inch plywood. That's just what we had. Next time I would probably use 3/4 inch because it does bow a little bit in the center. And then the slides are just heavy duty slides, rated up to 500 pounds I believe. And these work great because they lock when they're extended out, and when they're pushed in they lock as well. So when you're driving it's not sliding around, which is a huge plus. And then to mount the bikes, they're all attached via forks. So for the mountain bikes we have through axles. For the road bikes we have dropouts. They're made by Rocky Mounts and they're really nice, and they also lock. So when we lock these with the key, there's no way you could lift our bikes off without having that key. Other things worth mentioning back here is we did not want to have any metal exposed in our van because we truly wanted to make it feel like a home. So we covered our entire back door with this same exact plywood that I used for our cabinet, just a thinner piece. Getting the contours was really tricky, and we actually came up with the idea to use wrapping paper wide enough to actually trace the back door for a template. Then we laid the wrapping paper down on the piece of wood, traced that, and cut it out with the jigsaw, and it actually came out quite nicely. And then this little horse tack door bag has been really nice. We have water bottles for riding in here, tools, gloves, sunglasses, things like that. And then on this side we have everything from our handy dandy bathroom shovel, our batteries, and our entire electrical system panels over there. So we have 300 amp hours of lithium battle-born batteries out of the USA. We have a Victron 2000 watt inverter, Victron solar controller, basically everything Victron, and it all talks to itself via our battery monitor. So we can actually monitor our entire electrical system via our phones, and that is solar input, current output when we're using things, and then our inverter is also on a switch in the cab up front, so we can turn that on and off because you don't want your inverter running all the time since they do require power to run. The electrical was pretty daunting to do, probably the scariest thing to do just because I knew it could be dangerous, but honestly it was probably one of the easiest things because we just downloaded a bunch of different templates and pieced the kit together ourselves, and our electrical's been on for about a year and it's worked really well. Over here on this side we have 4 5-gallon water jugs. We liked the water jug idea for our water system because we're not really at campgrounds. We don't really like filling up water from hoses. So a lot of the time, if drinking water is not good, like out here in Arizona, the drinking water is not great. So we actually will go to a glacier water fill-up, which is just a jug fill-up, pay a little bit of money for perfectly purified water, and that's worked out great for us. And then we just have some little baskets back here for storing our shower stuff. And then we actually built some shelving over the wheel well boxes in the back that houses tools, sleeping bags, honestly a bunch of other stuff. This garage space is so massive, it just does not look like it because we have so many things packed in back here right now. Then a couple exterior things that are worth mentioning that we upgraded. A big black bar at the top is an awning. It's 13 feet long and it comes out 8 feet, so it really extends the living space for us. We could put our mat outside here, do yoga, stretch, whatever like that. And that's attached to our aluminous roof rack. Before we ever got this van, my dream was to always have a roof rack on top of this massive roof space to hang out on and whatnot. And that was the most expensive thing besides the van itself that we got. But we're so happy we have it because we love going up there, watching the sunsets. We've actually slept up there on starry nights. It's really, really nice to have, and we're actually hoping to add some storage on the back of the van by the same company soon. Then that little white antenna up there is actually a signal booster. It's a WeBoost 4G X Drive, and that hugely helps our phone's service. Christina works full-time remotely, so being able to have that signal booster up there really helps us in these remote areas get excellent service. I also forgot to mention that up on the roof rack we have 400 watts of solar, so we have 4 100 watt Renogy compact panels, and they have worked excellent since we installed them about a year ago.
A lot of people probably wonder how we can stand living with each other in such a small space. And the answer is we were already doing that before we moved into this van. So yeah, we're very, very attached to each other. The second that we met, we spoke about visiting national parks and just exploring, which I never really was able to do growing up. But as soon as I met Cody, we were able to travel together.
And about a year into our relationship is when we started living together. We're actually today 5 years into our relationship, and we haven't spent a night apart for 4 years actually. Living in such a tiny space, you have to learn where, you know, how to work around each other. Okay, Christina's working on the bed, I'm gonna stay down here so I don't get in her way.
Yeah, and sometimes it could be a little frustrating. You're like, you're in my way, but you know, things like that are gonna happen, and that does not, you know, consume our relationship. It's just working together. It's really taught us to be really happy and have patience, and
it's only brought us closer, appreciate each other more.
And this lifestyle would not have happened if we didn't work together. Like, we financially did it, we both built it together, we made this a priority in our lives, and now we're here. We hope you guys enjoy this van build.
And if you want to follow along on the road, we do have a YouTube channel, which is Cody and Christina. I'm going to be starting up a mountain bike page soon called Trail Days if you want to watch some mountain bike stuff. But Instagram is where we're most active. Our Instagram name is The Desert Cruiser. We're posting on there every single day, so you could see the ins and outs, the little things, emptying trash out, dumping our water jugs, all that kind of thing. True living in the van.
So thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah, and leave any comments, questions, anything that you have. We would be happy to answer them. Peace.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you hadn't noticed, we do sell an ebook for how to convert a van. It has over 190 pages of detailed instructions and diagrams, also 25 video tutorials which are specifically for the ebook buyer. Creating a van for many people is obviously a really intimidating project, but I really believe, and I've seen it time and time and time again, that with the right information, anyone can turn out with a pretty decent van conversion. So check the link in the description, subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and drop us a comment if you like this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.